Well, it's Monday on the show, and usually we like to do this, talk to all our viewers about their car, what you need to do while you're on the road. Now, I'm here with the main man from Autocentric Garage.
Yes, boss.
Yomi Bosude. And today we'll be talking about something quite interesting. What to do on the road when you're driving alone and it's a long drive. Sometimes you drive for an hour, sometimes you drive for 2 hours. Sometimes, if you're somebody like him, you can drive up to 6 hours on the road, going to Ilorin, going to the east, wherever it is. What are the things that you do while you're on the road? So we're going to be starting.
Yes.
Basically, so you start your journey. Sometimes, well, of course, as with any journey, once you start, you're excited, you're pumped for the first 30 minutes,
Yes.
45 minutes. But
An hour.
even an hour, but after a while, things start getting boring. You start thinking, what else can I do? You know, and that's where maybe fatigue sets in.
Absolutely.
And you start sleeping on the wheel, and you endanger yourself and other road users as well. So what are the things that I should do, or that I should think about, or how can I engage myself otherwise if I'm driving?
Okay, great. First, before you even set off the journey, you need to check that you have your tools in place. Your spare tire, number one, that you have enough air in it that's properly inflated.
Yep.
You need to ensure that you have your jack and wheel spanner. It's not enough to see the jack. Try and use it, because sometimes the jack may be bad and you've forgotten, or you're not even aware that it's bad.
So double check your jack.
Double check your jack.
Double check your
Wheel
spare
spanner,
tire. Wheel spanner as well.
Yes. So once that's done, that's number one. Number two, ensure you have fluid in the car, water especially, because you might get dehydrated along the way. And you might be in a space, maybe you're traveling 8 hours, a long distance, you might need water. So you just want to have water in the car that you can sip on.
So load up on water.
Yes.
If I'm doing a long trip, I usually like taking things like plantain chips,
Yes.
nuts, and things like that. Stuff that I can toss in my mouth to just stay
Keep
awake.
you busy,
Keep
and
you busy.
yes, and not losing so much focus on from the wheels. That's another point. Another point also is you want to ensure that you communicate with the people you're going to see or where you're going. So you can almost gauge your time that, okay, I should be there in 5 hours, 6 hours. So there's someone expecting you, and they can
On the
also
other
check
side.
up on you. Yes,
Exactly.
From time to time to keep you. And if you need to talk for like a space of time, maybe 2 hours or an hour, or maybe 30 minutes, just to keep you awake, make a call. Because that saves lives. People don't know. You can engage someone 30 minutes. Just ensure you use your hands free. Do not put your phones to your ears. So you have your hands free.
So have that continuous engagement.
To keep you alert throughout that journey.
Well, there's something you said about music, which I thought was interesting. So listen to music that you like.
Yes.
Upbeat music that just keeps you going.
Keeps
That's
you going.
Also,
Make your playlist. Make your very nice selection of music that you like. For me, I like reggae, so that keeps me going. Then you also can make another playlist of the music you really don't like much, so that keeps you changing the tracks. That keeps you alert. Also, if you have a multifunction steering like this one that you can control the music, volume, radio, all of that from, excellent. For if not, you might need to be tapping tapping the deck from time to time. So that keeps you alert, because remember, you're alone.
Yeah. There's one thing I wanted to ask though. I mean, when it comes to now we have all this multifunction dashboards,
dash and all.
we fancy everything looking like an airplane cabin. But I've also noticed a few times there are a few cars now that have a screen here.
Yes.
And that means that people can actually watch movies, but that's not good for a driver, is it?
No, it's not.
So because I've seen that happen.
Yes.
And so why do we then have screens here that people can watch?
Your screen is not just for watching movies. Some of those screens help with map navigation. So it makes it's like using your phone map. But in this case, it's now on a bigger screen, a touch screen. So it's easy for you to look at the screen and get navigation to where you're going.
But I was asking, why isn't it converted to like a DVD player?
For some vehicles,
distracting for
yes.
the driver, yeah.
For some vehicles, once you engage driver and start to move, the DVD function goes off. It's disabled.
Right.
For some vehicles, it doesn't go disabled. You can actually drive. But then it's left to you to understand that it's not for you. You're not supposed to watch and focus, because it's for other occupants in the vehicle. So at that point, you should let wisdom kick in and face the steering and face your what's in front of you, your road trip, and have that in mind. Don't get distracted with that if your vehicle.
So finally, as we're running off, what do you do when all else fails and you still feel sleepy. So you've tossed a few groundnuts in your mouth, it didn't work. You've played loud music, it didn't work. You've tried the phone call, you know, and now it's over. It didn't work but
It
you're
still didn't
sleepy.
work. And you've also tried bitter cola, it still didn't work.
Bitter cola.
Yes, now
Yeah, yeah.
that stuff is really bitter. It
Yeah.
will keep you alert. Bitter cola, cola nut, you know, those fruits keep you alert. But if all of that doesn't work, look for the nearest hotel to rest and sleep. Because at the end of the day, it's fatigue, and accidents, crashes happen in seconds. It's just closing your eye for a second and trouble has occurred. So you want to go somewhere to sleep. Call wherever you're going, that say, I can't make it, I need to rest. You know, at the end of the day, your safety comes first.
Really important. Safety first. If you've tried a few things and you notice that your
body's still not able to handle it.
You can't handle it. You're on the highway. You have to find a place to rest.
Just have your rest.
15-30 minutes. You'll be surprised at how.
Even if it's an hour, you can get somewhere.
A
have
whole
a 1
hour.
hour. Yeah,
a whole hour out of your journey in Nigeria. You know. Anyway, so do what's best for you, but make sure that you have enough rest and you get that rest and make sure that you have a safe journey or whatever you're doing. But thank you so much for giving us some of those tips. We'll be taking some of that with me as well.